Hey guys, Candlelight here. Welcome to another live stream. Today, it's gonna be a pretty simple stream. All I'm gonna be doing today is doing some drawings, maybe a few sketches. Got a smooth surface right here that I can sketch on. But that's basically what I'm gonna be doing. I have an idea of what I think I might want to work on. Because I've made a few sketches a while back, which is of this little guy. It's like a little mini person. I have a few sketches of him, and but right now I'm going to sort of just start sketching and see what I come up with. So, yeah. So, if I'm drawing something such as anime, then I always start off with the neck. Well, not the neck. The head. What is it called? Head shape. That way I know what I have to work with, and it's basically a lot simpler. That's how I start off most of my drawings, is start with the basic head shape. That way I know exactly what I'm doing when I go to improve on the drawing. So another good thing to do is start with these baselines. Now you've probably seen these before if you've watched any drawing videos or might have seen people draw some stuff. But these baselines basically tell you how everything's going to be laid out. So how these work is the nose will be coming off of the cross section line that goes up this way. The eyes will be right around in here in these spaces. So that's where those will be. When I do start sketching like this, I like to start off with doing the neck and then the shoulder area. Maybe start doing a bit of clothing. So get some stuff going in, well, not going in, but going on with that. So we have some rough lines for a shirt. Then you want to try to find the position of where you want the ear. Now if you don't want ears, you don't have to put ears, but it just makes things more detailed. So I'm going to have the location of the ear be right here. I'm also going to have the hair of this specific character come down past the ear and go up here. Now, if you're not a very experienced artist or drawer, then you're definitely going to want to make your lines light, because if they're light, you know you can go back and erase, such as here, because there might be something that you're not happy with and you want to change a bit, so you can make it better by just erasing and redrawing to your liking, like so. So once you have the added bits there, you can draw the hairline, which my guy's hairline is going to be right around here. So like that. it's okay to keep all your lines rough. Just until you go back, then it's okay. You know, you can go back and make all the lines a bit darker or a bit more, you know, I guess just bolder, work better. But till then, you could leave them like that. Now, once you get that done, if you want to, which I might recommend, because I'm doing it right here, is redrawing this cross section, this horizontal cross section. Because after doing the hairline, you could see how everything's proportioned, and it'll work a lot better. So for the eyes, I'm going to start around here, give them really big, round eyes, like so. There's one of his eyes, and the other one will be right around here, go behind the hair of the hairline, and bring the whole circle around. So now you have some eyes. The nose, I like to do the nose variation. It's like a little point. Then there's like a little line here. You don't have to do that line. I'm going to leave it out. But you can if you want to. So this is how it's looking so far. Then you're going to want to determine where the mouth is. Now, a good way to do this is to actually take your index finger and your thumb, put it under your lip so you can see sort of the space between your bottom lip and where your chin ends, and sort of apply it to that. So the mouth will be right around this line right here. For now, I'm just going to give him sort of a neutral expression until, or unless rather, I want to change it. So there's the rough sketch of it with the facial features. Now is the point where you could start adding stuff like more details. If you want, you can make the eyes bigger to sort of make the pupil stand out. So go around like this. You can start adding some detail into the eyes if you want, sort of anime-like look to them. You can make a few shapes in there around the pupils. And being that he's got those big old anime kawaii eyes, we're going to want to change his expression to be very happy. So now he has a big old mouth and big old anime eyes. At this point, if you feel confident enough, you could start erasing those base lines very, very carefully. Erase lightly. Luckily, those lines were pretty light, so you can go back and easily redraw them just how they were before. Take that out of there. Also apologize if the camera's shaking a bit. This desk is just pretty wobbly, and that's how it is. So you have that open mouth. Now I want to start darkening up that mouth a little bit, so you can see it a lot better now. And also want to add the teeth bar. So there's that. Also, at this point, you probably would want to start erasing your forehead line, or the line that was the top of the head. So you could start erasing that, and if you erase some of the hair, it's alright. You can just go back, redraw it simply. Now, if you make the line too dark, it's always going to show up still, and it's going to be a bit harder to erase, but don't worry about that, because if you want to color it, or shade it rather, because that's what I do. I don't really like to color my drawings. I like to shade them. Then you can just shade over it and no one will notice it. What I'm doing right here is just darkening some of the lines. I've also realized that in these live streams, a lot of the time, the video won't be going along with the audio of what's actually happening at that specific moment, and I don't know what's up with that. I don't know what I can do about that. It's very odd, and it's pretty annoying, because when I'm specifically talking about what I'm doing here, it's not happening on the screen. It's very, very confusing. But a little checkup of how everything's going. Going okay. So we could start adding in some more details, and once you're done adding in your details, then you can start shading. Now, shading is very important when it comes to this. With shading, with the eyes, the pupils need to be darker than through the rest of the eye. That way, you can definitely tell that the eye color is definitely different from the pupil color, which is black. So what I do for shading, I usually just go around the edge of the shape that I'm shading in, or area that I'm shading in, before I shade in the inside, and that's just my precaution to make sure I stay in the lines and don't make a mess of what I'm doing. And as you can probably see here, with a little bit of shading, the eyes and everything start to come to life a little bit. Make him feel like a brighter character, more alive looking. Then we're going to shade in the hair. Hair is going to be sort of in between color of the pupil and the, I think it's called the iris. The colored part of your eye. It's going to be in between. It's not going to be as dark as the pupil, but at the same time not going to be as light as the iris. So, again, doing my precaution of going around the edge before going on the line here to make sure I don't mess up anything. So once you have that, you can start filling in all the blank space. You don't want to go too fast. You want to take your time with each area to make sure there's not a whole lot of white spots, white space in there, to make it just look fuller. So, starting to finish up here with the shading of the hair. Almost done. There's just a few spots that are still white. You can go back and get those. and there we go. That's all shaded in. If you want, you can, start drawing a body. I'm not going to go that far, because this is usually where I stop. I'm not incapable of drawing the body. I just usually don't think it's necessary. Another thing that you might come across is up here with the hair and the headline. If that doesn't really match up, then you could sort of extend your hair or change something else in order to make it match up better. Another thing is you could come down here and make sideburns just so it's more lifelike or more accurate. Then you could put on the finishing touches, maybe some little blush since he's kawaii. Same things go with if you're drawing a girl in the anime style. But in the final product, this is what we got. So I hope you guys enjoyed this short live stream giving some tips on how to draw for beginners in the anime sort of style. And thank you guys for watching. Bye.